Kuzampola. Namaste, good morning to all respected online viewers. Long live their majesties, long live our leaders, and long live our friendship. Welcome to this online Ayurveda and Yoga workshops, Embassy of India, Timpu, ICCR's Nehru Wangchuk Cultural Center, Yoga teacher, I'm KVSSN Murthy here. My true prayers to the Almighty to see all the best things to their majesties and the whole Bhutan. So before recitation, we have to see this important instructions. So first important instruction is steam inhalation for the COVID related issues. So it will not only good for the people who are having the snoring troubles or excess of mucus and phlegm troubles, but this will kill the viral cells or bacterial cells or kind of fungal cells also, which will be hidden inside the paranasal and inside throat cavities. So before entering your home, try to apply this kind of method to refresh yourself and enter in the home. According to the requirement, you can go for 5 times or 6 times or even 10 times also this steam inhalation. So every time 1 minute to 1.5 minutes enough. Then second thing is safe physical distancing, very important. So first of all, avoid crowding. When you are in the crowds, try to cover your face with the face shields and with the ear caps also. Then whenever you are coming back to the home, please properly wash them. The next one is important thing is do not touch your tongue for any region, especially if to count the currency or to count the papers, because when you do that, the other people don't know what we are doing with the to count the currency. If we will use our saliva, the other people don't know. Unfortunately, they will also easily do with the same thing. Then virus spread will be very easy, situations like this. Then second thing is do not touch any surfaces, and whenever you will have any doubt about your hand hygiene, immediately wash your hands with the hand lotions, or first priority give first priority to clean the hands with the soap water. Then second one is throat goggling technique, using plain salt or using estimadu powder or using tripala churn, acceptable hot water, and clean the throat repeatedly whenever you are coming back to the home. So next one is sleep, healthy sleep required. This may recommend a 6 to 8 hours of sleep may recommended, but please remember, when you are more active in your activities, in your acts and in your actions, like 1 more hour required, especially in the afternoons before your lunch hour. So next one is nozzle oils, plain cow ghee or Shadbindu Taila or Anu Taila. So you can use any one of this. So using one drop each into the nostrils to installing inside morning once or evening once, or you can choose 2 times also. This is also good application to cut the snoring level issues. So next one is clove therapy, clove powder and honey, with adding of hot water or milk morning once and evening once to get rid of the dry cough, especially throat level infections, can be totally calmed down because of the simple solution. So next one is exercises, morning, afternoon, at least half an hour to 45 minutes exercises required. It is not only it is not only giving good exercise to the body, but it will be good exercise for your lungs also. And vitamin A, vitamin D and zinc based diets also very important, which are abundantly having local fresh green leafy vegetables, fruits, and like what we call nuts and mushrooms and milk items. So along with these practices, try to always care about the hygiene practices also, especially hand hygiene, and as well as covering the mask even in your car driving. Even if you are in the home, also try to please apply that mask whenever you are so confident. If you are not convenient because of masks, at that time only you can relieve, then immediately wear mask. Again, I'm saying about double mask therapy. So just now studies are saying that more than a single mask, double mask will protect us more. So try to see this application also, how it will works on you. So next one is kind of practice called recitation from the Hatha Yoga Pradipika. It is recitation from Bhagavad Gita. It is saying that Yukta Hara Viharasya Yukta Chastasya Karmasu Yukta Swapnava Bodhasya Yogo Bhavati Dukkaha. So it is clearly saying in Bhagavad Gita, it is saying that the balance, how important is this balance in regarding affairs, in regarding food, in regarding sleep. If once we will be imbalanced in our affairs or in our food, in our sleep, automatically this phlegm and biles and wind level issues will be born inside the body, what we call the dosha, three doshas. So when we want deal with good health and towards the spiritual upliftment, we have to be always follow the kind of balance what we call a madhye marga. So should not go for extremities and should not should not run low also. It's always try to be in the middle path. Okay, now in this week, as we know that today our exercise also regarding endometriosis, it's a yoni vyapattu or artava dosha. It's also called as rajo dhatu or sukra dhatu vikar. It's basically a kind of problems because of autoimmune disorders or because of heredity, family history, or hormonal disturbances, or inactive life, or frequent infections, or drugs interferences, drugs and steroids interferences, or some of the infections because of the food, and internal cancers or some internal issues also. So causes, whatever will be the causes, characteristics are prolonged menstruation or repeated menstruation. Next one is abdominal pain, lower abdominal pain and lower back pain also. Then after that, like especially pelvic region pain. Then next one is like weakness and over fatigue. Then after that, diarrhea. Then after that, frequent infections. Then some of the pregnancy issues, pre-pregnancy issues or post-pregnancy issues also we as a characters. So if you are in this kind of situation, immediately avoid the high fat diets. Then immediately lower the carbohydrates and lower the salt levels and take more green leafy vegetables and nuts and fruits. And please avoid the foods which will cause overheat inside the body. Some people have the same issues with the chicken, some people have the same issues with the nuts, some people have same issues with the black grams also. So try to see your own body constitution and avoid the foods which is not really suitable to you. In Ayurveda we have mentioned that we have like very simple drugs called Shatavari root powder and Ashoka bark powder and aloe vera, and after that turmeric, Ladduka tree and Kalyana Gruta kind of ghee. It's a medicated ghee. Next one is Tankana and Vanga Basma. It's a kind of practices of ash. Then after that, Chandra Prabhavati. It's a kind of Ayurvedic medicine which includes more than 20 Ayurvedic, different kind of Ayurvedic herbs. Then after that, Kravyadi Rasa, then Prajanantaka Loha, Prajanantaka Churna and Kanchana Lagugulu. These are some of the important drugs in the Ayurveda. And here, today's our exercise will be on three important techniques called Sita Kashaya. Sita Kashaya means it's a soaked coriander seeds, soaked coriander seeds. Then at least 10 to 12 hours soak the seeds. Then after that, take that water, don't throw that water, but you can drink that water and you can eat these seeds also. This is very simple decoction form. Then next one is Arjuna, what we call Terminalia Arjuna, and like what we call Lodra. It's a Symplococcus racemosa, Symplococcus racemosa tree. So try to mix these two barks and add with the honey and add milk or hot water. It's a preparation useful while you are in the empty stomach, especially in the morning. Next one is very simple preparation called bale tree fruit, or what we call Japanese bitter orange. It's a kind of a fruit. It's also medicated fruit, and take that tree bark powders also available online. If you can order, that's also good, but this is a medicine as well as a food also. Especially these fruits can be used as a kind of practice as fruit syrups, but especially this bark powders can be used as a as a kind of practices which can lower the inflammations inside. So according to the doctor's advice, according to your self experiences, please you can use this kind of practices also in your regular diets as well as in your regular practices to get rid of this kind of over menstruation or endometriosis issues. But along with this, try to do not take self medication, and always try to associate with your physician to go for further investigations which can be applicable in the medical tests. So some of the medical tests also required for the same kind of situation to analyze more. So tomorrow when we are meeting here at the same place, same topic, we will see still more good applications in Ayurveda for the same endometriosis. So let's join to the yoga class now. in our yoga class, we have sun salutations is our regular practices. According to your fitness and according to your convenience, you can choose many variations also. But because of our online participants, in the view of beginners, we are not creating any tough schedules in sun salutations. We are doing very simple way of regular sun salutation. But still, we have mantra chanting and sloka. According to your traditional belief, you can follow them or you can follow only physical exercises. Okay, take a long, slow, deep inhalations and exhalations. Then after that, wide your both the arms with inhalation. Lift your arms up above to the head, called Kailasha Mudra. Then very slowly bring your Kailasha Mudra down at your chest level, called Anahata Pranamasan. One long deep inhalation and exhalation. Om Hiranmayena Patrena Satyasyapi Hitam Mukham Tatvam Pushan Apavruno Satya Dharmaya Druschaye. Om Hram Hrim Hrum Haum Raha Mitra Ravisurya Bhanu Kagapushna Hiranya Gabhamaricha Aditya Savitra Arka Bhaskaraya Namaha. Stretch your arms forward, lift the arms up and completely pull yourself up from there. Slightly put a back bend, Ardha Chandrasana. Then again keep body straight once, pull up. So when you have lower back issues or heart elements or kind of blood issues, blood pressure issues, or especially issues around the ears or inside the skull, especially facial issues, so don't go for forward bend. So remaining people can do forward bend till the floor or till the ankle. You can put your hand. And after Pada Hastasana, coming to Asva Sanchalanasana, horse riding posture, push your body forward, lift your chin and back leg straight and join your forward leg to back leg, called Dandasana or Santulanasana. Then press your knees down and keep your chest down towards the floor, and two palms, chest and forehead, chin, toes must touch the ground, called Ashtanga Namaskarasana or Sastanga Namaskarasana. And push your body forward, lift the body up like a sea wave, then called Bhujangasana or lifted head cobra posture. Lift the chin up and back leg straight on the toes. Push your body completely inside, called Parvatasana, mountain triangular posture. And right leg must be your forward leg here, called Asva Sanchalanasana or horse riding posture. And right back leg straight on the toes and back leg knee up. Join your back leg to the forward leg, called Pada Hastasana. Once completely push yourself inside and lift your arms and the body up, called Hasta Uttanasana. Once completely lift the body. Then after that, slightly bend the body back, Ardha Chandrasana or Ardha Chakrasana. And again slowly keep the body straight. And Pranamasana. Then from there, bring your Pranamasana down at your chest level, Anahata Pranamasana. Then with inhalation, lift the arms. Then along with the exhalation, wide the arms and slowly bring them back towards the thighs. Then after that, give a slight gap between your legs and lock your hands back. Then take a long, slow, deep inhalation and exhalations. Right, come back. So today's our practices will be on Shalabhasan series, locust posture series. According to your convenience, you can choose all the postures, or according to your convenience, you can choose a few postures. So basically, this is a reverse leg lift. So first, try to properly sit on the knee. If you have knee issues, this posture may not suit. So called this is what we call Vajrasana. Take a long deep inhalation, then slowly spread your body down towards the floor, called Makarasana. First, immediately relax your body. Keep your legs wide and heels inside, toes outside, and keep your both palms together under your cheeks. Then few seconds resting your abdomen. So this is what we call Makarasana or rested crocodile posture. Then slowly keep your both the legs together and both the hands together, and you can put your both the palms on the floor at your thighs or under your thighs. So according to your convenience, choose any way of hand positions. Alright, first try to keep a small free position exercise. Just fold your legs and slowly come back.
Again fold your legs and come back. Last count, fold your legs, then right, come back. The same pre-position exercise, keep your toes straight and stand your legs on the toes, lift the knees and down. Again lift the knees and down. Last count, lift the knees, then down. Pre-positions over. Now coming to actually posture. So try to prepare, and then after that lift your right leg or left leg at any convenient degree angle. Alright, here especially like when you are lifting your leg up, it's a breathe out, but while in the posture, do not hold the breath. So here you can lift your leg as max as possible according to your convenient state. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Then very slowly come back, resting, relaxation. Then soon after that, immediately relax your hands, relax your legs and choose any convenient posture. So basically this whole Shalabhasana series will be good for the hips and lower abdomen, especially it will it will give a smooth massage around your lower abdomen muscles. Alright, then slowly keep your both the legs together and hands together, keep them at your thighs on the floor or under your thighs. Then same practice with the alternate leg. First lift that leg up at any degree angle, few seconds to stay. Then according to your convenient rate, lift your leg up to 90 degree also when you have more flexibility. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Then very slowly come back, relaxation. Alright, soon after that again quick relaxation, wide your legs, keep your heels inside and set your posture in any convenient relaxation posture. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, resting. Again then very slowly keep your both the hands together at your thighs or under your thighs. Both the legs together. Then after that lift your both the legs up with inhalation, then very slowly come back. And now here one inhalation, then after that with exhalation lift your legs up, then very slowly come back. So choose both. While inhalation you can lift your legs, as well as while exhalation also you can lift your legs, but it's a people's convenience what they can choose. Alright, now after that lift your legs up. During the posture do not hold the breath and stay here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 relaxations enough. Then slowly relax your legs. Then after that keep your both the hands move out and rest your legs and few seconds, relax in your any convenient posture. Alright, take a long, deep, slow inhalation and exhalation. Alright, coming to next exercise. In this same series, we have very simple and effective posture. So here, wide your both the hands on the side stretch. Then try to lift your right leg up. Then towards opposite side, completely rotate your leg and few seconds take called Parshva Salavasana. And here also very simple but very effective posture to control the lower back pain as well as hip pains. This is very simple and effective posture. When you have lower back issues, you can choose this simple posture. You can choose on the mat or on the bed also. And after that very slowly keep them out, then very slowly rest your legs and one quick relaxation, long slow inhalation exhalation. Then opposite side, same exercise, lift your legs and completely rotate and few seconds to stay now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 relaxation. Then very slowly turn them back. Alright, then after that again quick relaxation by keeping your body in any convenient posture. So take a long, slow, deep inhalations and exhalations. Alright, in this today's series we have last posture. So here keep your both the palms at your chest level. Then after that fold your right leg and lift your alternate leg up and try to put your alternate leg on the first leg toes and feet. Then few seconds stay here. Then after that, then towards your below leg side and give a turn with the help of below below leg and alternative hands. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Then very slowly come back with the hand support, with the leg support. Then slowly leave your legs. Then few seconds rest. Just take a long slow inhalation exhalation. Then same exercise opposite side, fold your left leg. Then lift your alternate leg up and try to put your below leg toes and feet structure under your above leg thigh. Point your toes up. Then after that very slowly turn the leg and stay for a while here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then again very slowly come back, resting and relax from the strain. All right, and now here you can choose like folded legs variation for relaxation. Just turn your trunk with the help of the hands and with the help of the chest and the abdomen. So here just stay for a while on any side. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Come back. Opposite side, same exercise, full turn and stay. 1, 2, 3. Then slowly come back. All right, relaxation's enough. So to do some of the counter poses, just turn on the back and be in the shavasana, straight posture. Then right, soon after that, once wide your legs and wide your hands and have your healthy breath, long, slow inhalation and exhalation. Then slowly, both the legs together and both the hands together, like at the thighs on the floor. You can still keep your hands under the hips also to give support to the hips. Right here, lift your right leg or left leg to the 45-degree angle, or like you can make that angle to the 90-degree angle also. Few seconds stay now. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then very slowly down, rest, relaxation. One long inhalation, exhalation. Then opposite side, same practice. Lift your leg up and stay now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Enough relaxation. One long slow inhalation, exhalation. Once check your convenience by doing any convenient comfortable posture. Alright, again set your body back to the pre-position or position samasthiti. Alright, here you can lift your both the legs from the as it is position, or you can fold your legs. Then after that adjust your spine. Then after that lift your two legs to attach your legs to the Uttana Padasana with the two legs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Then please slowly fold your legs. Then quick relaxation. One long slow inhalation, exhalation. Alright, once take a long breath while keeping your body in relaxed state. Alright, coming to next last exercise, both the legs together. Now here open your both the hands to the side stretch and fold your right leg. Then from there lift your right leg up. Then towards your left side completely turn the body and few seconds keep your leg on the opposite side. You can catch your leg with your alternate hand also. So this is what we call somewhat Ekapada Jatara Parivartanasana, to turn the hip level and to turn the abdomen level also. Few seconds stay now. 1, you can keep your head straight or you can turn your head on the opposite side also. 3, 2 and 1. Then relaxations enough. Keep your leg straight. Then fold your leg and keep your feet on the floor. Then after that slowly drag your leg on the floor. Then opposite side, same practice, fold your leg. Then take a long deep slow inhalation, exhalation. Then after that lift your leg completely up. Then towards opposite side completely turn the spine and keep your leg on the floor level towards your right hand and catch your leg to make your knee straight. Then here turn your head opposite side, or you can make your head straight also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then very slowly keep your head straight. Fold your leg back. Then slowly turn them back and relax your leg. Then after that wide your legs and keep your both the hands towards the thighs, and once keep your breath pattern to give more relaxation to the breath and to the body. Just long, deep, slow inhalation and exhalation.
Alright, then after that slowly keep your both the hands and legs together, Samasthiti. Then after that open your right arm or left arm. Towards that arm side, turn the body and keep your below hand as a pillow under the head and put your remaining arm as a pillar in front of the chest on the floor. Both the legs together and fold your knees with the help of the both hands and both legs. Then slowly get up, then very slowly sit down. So like in a flow, we did many postures. So according to your convenient rate, you can choose any one or two postures, or you can choose the total flow of the practices. Please remember, flow means it is not fast and it is not slow. It is a kind of doing without giving more gap in between the posture to posture. Okay, just take a long, slow inhalation, exhalation. So choose any convenient, comfortable posture on any good surface. So before adding pranayam in our practices, like it is also advised to take a sip of water also, especially for the mantra chanting, it is recommended. Alright, coming to pranayam, mantra chanting, when you have your traditional belief, you can follow this mantra or you can follow only practices of the pranayam. So right, keep your both the palms together and take a long, deep, slow inhalation, exhalation. Om Kesavaya Swaha. Om Madhavaya Swaha. Om Narayanaya Swaha. Om Adya Samadhi Tatpala Siddhyardham Asana Purvakan Pranayamadin Karishye. Om Sandhi Sandhi Sandhi. Right, keep the arms down, take a long, slow, deep inhalation, exhalation. To keep your spine straight, you can catch your knees also with your fingers and palms, or you can put your chin mudra, adding your thumb to index to create more awareness for your practices. So keep your position straight. Today also we have the same three exercises. One is the Kriya Abhyas Kapalabhati, then two are pranayamas, Bastrika and Ujjayi pranayam. Like we have the sloka recitation also for these three slokas, for these three pranayamas. One is first of all Kapalabhati. Bastrava lohakarasya recha purau sasambhramau kapala bhatir vikyata kapadosha visoshini. So it has notes about the kapala bhati is, however, the whatever phlegm related disorders inside, it will be totally rectified because of kapala bhati exercise. So it has many variations, but the participants, how you are doing, very important. The second one is after Kriya Abhyas, the second one is Ujjayi Pranayam or victorious breath. So it is saying that Slashma Dosha Haram Kante Deha Nala Vivardhanam Nadi Jalodhara Dhatu Gata Dosha Vinasanam. So it is a good pranayam to create very good balance inside the body, especially in between the Sapta Dhatus. Sapta Dhatus means Rasa, Rakta, Mamsa, Asti, Majja. Then after that Sukra. So Rasa, Rakta, Mamsa, Meda, Asti, Majja, Sukra. These are Sapta Dhatus, 7 important running factors inside the body. So this Ujjayi Pranayam will bring good balance in between these Sapta Dhatus. And also it is good pranayam to create good balance internal pranic pravaha channels also. So we have many pranic pravaha channels. That number will be like 72,000, but they, among them 10 are very important. Then generally what we call Ida, Pingala, Sushumna, Hasti Jihva, Pusha, Aseshwini, Alambusha, Kuhu, and Shakini, and after that Gandhari, and lastly 11th one is Vajra, also very important. In between these pranic pravaha channels also, this Ujjayi pranayam will create good balance. Then last pranayam, today's last pranayam is Bastrika pranayam. It is saying that Vata Pitta Slashma Haram Sariragni Vivardhanam Kundali Bodhakam Kshipram Pavanam Sukadam Hitam Brahma Nadi Mukhe Samasta Kapadhyargala Nasanam. So wind level issues, bile level issues, as well as phlegm level issues will be eradicated because of only Bhastrika, bellows breathing. But the way how we are doing also important, because every pranayama must be equipped, must be coordinated with the breath holding techniques called bandhas and mudras also. But because of our online participants, we are not creating that advanced practices. Especially Bhastrika, it is saying that Sariragni Vivardhanam. Sariragni Vivardhanam means here a metabolic activator, or somewhat we can understand immunity activator. Okay, coming to the practices, practices are very simple. So keep your body straight. So here also the same advice is, like if you have any health elements called blood pressure or heart elements or any facial or any issues in the head or throwing sensation, especially ear issues, do not immediately jump the practices which are having rapid inhalations, exhalations. Okay, keep your body straight and take a long, deep, slow inhalation, exhalation. Coming to Kapalabhati, we have 10 plus 10 plus 10, 30 strokes. Kapalabhati is a practices voluntary exhalations and slow involuntary inhalations. Keep your body straight and starting our exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just long, slow, deep inhalation, exhalations. And coming to second spell, starting our Kapalabhati second spell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then again long, deep, slow inhalation and completely slowly breathe out. Then third last spell, Kapalabhati, keep the body straight. Now starting our third exercise, starting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just again long breath. Alright, now coming to next exercise called, next pranayam called Ujjayi Swas Ujjayi Pranayam. So this is what we call snoring, baby snoring breath. While inhalation, like the walls of the internal nostrils and the throat will receive that inhalation air hitting sound. It will produce the kind of snoring sound also. But the way how we are producing the sound is important. Some may produce very light sound, some may produce like that big sound also. But please remember, keeping a finger under the throat is not an offense. You can put your finger under the throat to slightly contract your throat. It's for understanding only. Okay, keep your finger at your throat level, and while inhalation, slightly press the throat to make that sound while in inhalation. Then I'm giving only 5 inhalations. Now starting our first inhalation. 1, then slowly keep your hand down. So I'm requesting my video technician to slightly come forward to cover the sound if possible. Then second inhalation, the same thing. And keep the hand down. Again, long, deep inhalation, exhalation. Right, third inhalation. Then slowly leave the hand and breathe out with the nose. And fourth inhalation. Then slowly keep the hand down, take a long, deep inhalation, exhalation. And last inhalation, again contract your throat with adding the finger or without adding the finger. But here the sound making is important here. Now starting. Then after that, keep hand down, just take a long, slow, deep inhalation, exhalation. Alright, and now last exercise, last pranayam is our Bhastrika pranayam. It is a bellow breathing. It's a kind of stroke making inhalation and slow exhalation. Then the same instructions will be applicable here also. Called if you have high blood pressure or any issues with the in the head or facial issues or any ear issues, do not do these exercises. Now keep your body straight. In starting our exercise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then take a long inhalation, exhalation. A small break. Then after that, second spell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again, long, deep inhalation, exhalation. Right, third, last spell starting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just long, slow and deep inhalation and exhalation. Then soon after your practices, this is also advised that immediately choose dharana practices if you know well, or you can choose concentration practices from the Trataka practices. So once you feel, if you will totally finish the dharana exercises as well as concentration Trataka exercises, still try to create some more time to give rest to the body through yoga nidra abhyas or through power nap or through any method, but see that body must be get rejuvenated. Then once you will able to finish your total yoga workout based on the strength in the practices, based on the intensity in the practices, it is also advised to give 15 minutes time to half an hour time, sometimes half an hour time also, to take bath, and further 10 minutes time to take breakfast. In the afternoon, before your lunch hour, and please try to see all the possibilities to do a power nap or to do a yoga nidra or to do any other method to give relaxation to the body and mind, to focus your mind towards your further works. Basically, the kind of rejuvenation what you are giving is very important in the practices of yoga nidra and power nap. Basically, as we mentioned, that it will improve the quality from you, the quality of work from you, it will improve the productivity from you. In the evening, once you will free from your all activities and all affairs, before your dinner time, try to please keep 15 minutes time to half an hour time to do yoga practices, including back bending exercises, including inversion postures, and including breathing and breath outs also. Right, tomorrow when we are meeting here at the same time, same topic, the same content, and we will see still more good applications in Ayurveda and good exercises in yoga also. Thanking you all to giving me this wonderful opportunity, and stay away from the bad habits and do yoga also. Thank you.